Welcome to day 275 of the 300 movie challenge. Yay! Today, today we watched the highest grossing film of April 2017, which was, okay, do you guys remember what I started with in this batch? It was, Furious 7. Well, today we watched The Fate of the Furious, and that means that I started and ended my last round with the Fast and Furious series, and I'm low-key disappointed, but it could have been worse.
Yep.
Could have been the 50 Shades of Grey movie.
Yeah, so after we talked about that before we started the discussion, I feel a little bit better.
It's
Alrighty. So, okay.
Hmm?
Before anything else, I just want to ask this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I understand that we kind of didn't start from the beginning of this series, so we don't really know much of the lore and everything, but I can't be the only one, hopefully, that was wondering throughout this film, why are these guys important enough to be hired by the governments and hackers and everything for driving fast cars?
I don't know.
because they're protagonists.
I
Put it on the resume. I have
guess.
no idea. Well, see, I was thinking at first, like, the lady, the blonde lady, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is she like someone from like a previous film? Nope. She isn't.
No?
She's not.
But they were talking about her like she was like, oh yeah, a returning character.
Nope. It's just that apparently, like, a lot of the bad people before, like, worked for her, apparently. So it's kind of actually similar to what Spectre did.
But not as good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Spectre didn't do it that well, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the story's dumb. Doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, that's a given.
Yeah.
The characters weren't as annoying as they were previously. They weren't good, but
Yeah, I mean Dom was fine.
he wasn't as, like, what's the word?
macho as usual.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess. Okay, the part that, like, worried me was the very beginning with the whole, like, race thing and how he's like, oh, see, you know, I beat you in your race, but I'm not giving you my car because that shows, or I'm not taking your car because that shows, you know, how much of a good guy I am. And I'm like, all right, come on, you know. But, like,
Yeah.
after that, yeah, it wasn't really an issue, and probably, again, because of the actual story about how he's being blackmailed or whatever. But, like, at the same time, though, it kind of, I don't know. Again, the story was, like, since you also know that he's being blackmailed right from the start, it kind of removes, like, all, like, suspense, because it's like, oh, we know he's being blackmailed, so okay,
Yeah.
you know, so whatever. But
I guess we can be happy that they didn't try to make it a plot twist either.
Yeah.
It could have been a very, like, see guys, there's no way that you can figure this out, but then you really thinly failed and everything.
yeah, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, so plot's dumb, characters, again, better, but that's still not good, so okay. But something that I'd heard a lot for these movies was that they get better, and that, like, the main reason being that they get kind of more ridiculous and more over the top. Now, again, I would say, well, I'd say 5 was better than 4, but, like, 7, I'd say, I don't know, was a bit worse than 5, but it was just kind of... Honestly, I thought 7 was boring. So, you know, I was like, okay, I don't really see how this is true. For this, I kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah, with the ridiculous
Yeah,
action.
but the ridiculous and over
Because some
the
of it
top.
is actually... It kind of reminds me, actually, of the XXX film we watched earlier this year. Like,
Oh yeah.
because, again, it's kind of... That was more, like, ridiculous in terms of the fighting between people. But this, it's like... Well, so okay, the prison escape thing was kind of hilariously ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the best part of this though, and okay, here's the thing that I didn't think I would ever say. There is a scene in this movie that is actually a quote unquote good scene, but it's good in terms of like how ridiculously insane it is. And it's when all the cars are being like hijacked and like chasing after like the Russian dude.
Yeah.
It's just fucking hilarious to see like 50 cars like just swarming on this guy, and when they're like falling out of like the building through the windows onto them or whatever. I'm like, this is so over the top stupid. This is actually legitimately enjoyable. So there's that. The climax stuff is like, again, in terms of action, is decent with some of the stuff in terms of like the explosions and, you know, having like the sub like coming up and like flipping the trucks above it or whatever. So like there's some things where I'm like, okay, the over the top action actually is kind of funny in this case. And then the writing in terms of the dialogue, like, okay, there's three things that I guess quote unquote like. One is there's a few moments that are like the dialogue is like so bad. I'm like, wait, is that on purpose? Where like when they're again driving away from the sub and like the two girls are like in the car or whatever, and one of them's like, you know, tell me we're not gonna die or whatever, and she's just like, we're okay, and it's like, what? Like it's just so like, but such like a lame line that it's like, huh? So there's a few moments like that. For like the first like third or so of the movie, when The Rock and Jason Statham are just like insulting each other like completely ridiculously, how like he's gonna, you know, bust his teeth down to his ass so he needs a toothbrush or something, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
again, that's just like so dumb that it's like, okay, this is kind of funny. And then I actually really like how at the end Jason Statham is like being like really nice to the baby while he's like beating the shit out of everybody. So
That was kind of funny.
yeah, so again, like there are funny moments in this, whereas the others I pretty much felt was just kind of whatever, right? At best.
Yeah.
So
Because I guess the thing is that the other films kind of took themselves a little too seriously.
yeah.
So it was a little hard to scale back from that, while now it's kind of like, okay, we acknowledge that most of the people here are here to see all the cool car things, and we like cool car things, so let's do something with this.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, actually, I would basically place this in terms of the XXX thing that we saw, in terms of how I feel about it, which is that, honestly, I kind of do see it as a net positive, but in that sort of, again, I would put this in Enjoy Despite Faults, because it is not a good movie, but there are moments, the thing is, there's nothing in it that's terrible, and there are moments that are legitimately funny. So that's kind of where I would put it. I can see, again, maybe you're like mixed or maybe like high dislike or something. But yeah, I guess that's an improvement. Woohoo!
It is an improvement, yeah. My main issue was like, I personally just found the villain lady like so annoying.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why. I think maybe it was like every 5 seconds she had to either say a metaphor, some kind of weird cliche, or just be like stoic, deadpan, strong female character. And she's this white lady with dreadlocks.
Yeah, I found her
And that
hairstyle
bothered-
really weird.
I was just like, did you do this on purpose for the role? Because I think this lady also played the White Witch, but she also had dreadlocks in that role too, so I don't know if maybe this actress
Let me see.
likes dreadlocks, but I don't know. I'm kind of bothered by white people wearing dreadlocks.
Same. A little bit.
Are we at least in agreement that this is the best one?
I
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, this is
Okay.
probably... Like, there were moments where I was actually watching the action scenes and I was like, I can't look away, and I don't know if it's because it's so ridiculous, so funny, or just, like, it's not awful.
Yeah, so okay, I definitely understand if like you're maybe not in my camp, but yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is Charlize Theron, who's done
I'm pretty sure she's like, bitch. I might be wrong. Maybe it's just the dreadlocks.
my god. These pages are so long. Okay, what? Apparently she was in Children of the Corn 3.
Three?
What? There was a third?
I guess. Oh, apparently she was in Devil's Advocate? Don't remember that.
Double? The fuck?
No, she's not the White Witch.
Oh, okay. Never mind
I
then.
don't know who.
Different white woman with dreadlocks.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that was, what's her name in Mad Max Fury Road? Oh, I didn't realize that. See anything else that I know of? No. Okay, anyway.
Did she at least get rid of the dreadlocks in Mad Max?
Well, she has, like, no hair in that, so yes.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, right. She shaves her head.
Yeah, so I guess this is something. If you were to end your entire announcing career, weird choice, but whatever, on the best Fast and Furious movie, I guess that's something.
Yeah, it's better than it could have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like comparing this to like 4, the first one we saw, like this is way better.
Yeah.
The first one we saw was.
Yeah, that was just like, oh, that was like aggravating to sit through. Where this was like actually had some entertaining moments. So
Yeah.
Is this actually the last Fast and Furious we're seeing?
I think so. I don't think the next one has come out yet.
no, there's one again. There's like a spin-off that's I think in August. I think I looked it up, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is the last one we're seeing.
So, and despite this one being the best one, I don't have a desire to keep going and watch any of the other ones. So
No.
there we go. I'm fine with that. Anything else to say about this?
Not really?
No.
Okay. Well, moving on to our final 25. So Tara will be rounding out the
I will
end.
be announcing for the final 25.
Yep.
No.
At least we'll
Weird.
finally be watching like a good movie this year, because it's
Oh.
been either like kind of enjoyable but otherwise like okay to like awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Oh.
here's a question.
Huh?
Huh?
Do you like this more, what we just saw, or the Beauty and the Beast movie? Because I'll be honest, I think I would rather watch this than Beauty and the Beast.
I don't know. I have to sit on that because like I
I
don't
would
feel
definitely
like
choose the original Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure we would all do that.
I'm like not one of those people who like hates on this movie like Lindsay Ellis would, but I don't know.
Yeah, again, I don't hate Beauty and the Beast, but to me it's just so flat. Whereas this, at least, even though it's dumb and parts of it are like worse, there at least are some things that are entertaining. So I think I would ultimately choose this, but they're fairly close.
I don't know which I would choose.
I mean, it's kind of sad
Yeah.
when, like, even, I guess, just the fact that you don't know is kind of sad in terms of Beauty and the Beast, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't pass up rewatching Beauty and the Beast, but
Mhm.
given my track record of liking it less and less as I keep watching it, I don't know.
Well, I guess that's a thing to ponder.
As we fall asleep.
Yeah, well, anyway, going forward, though, we actually, and also something that you may have been noticing as you've been watching all of these is that the background for all of these videos has been actually all of the movie posters for everything we'll be seeing, and we have seen. And now, what you've been noticing is probably on the bottom row, there's been a bunch of question marks, but as we've been going through, those question marks have been filling in. Reason being is that while we were, started to watch these, we didn't know what the films were coming up because it hadn't been that time yet, but we've been slowly filling them in as we go. So, this next movie is actually the first movie, the first month, where we did not know what the highest grossing film was.
Oh.
So, that kind of matches
interesting.
up pretty well, where the final 25 are the ones that we filled in as we went. So,
Ooh.
Yay!
and at least this next one is a good one. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be starting off on a good one.
yes.
Yeah.
Not After that, we'll see. But yeah,
Don't ruin it for me.
I won't. You get your moment of glory for one movie. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.